Hello, Angus. How does you find you this evening?
I'm pretty good. I'm enjoying the weather getting colder. Love it. Could not.
And do you have a beverage?
I do. Do I have a beverage? And a surprise to no one. How's this going to work? I can't really twist it while I'm pouring.
Ah,
I'm going to
that's
pour this in
Google
front of the camera
Draft.
because that's a pretty good looking beer. This is, of course, Hiker's Dougal Draft.
Fantastic.
So still got a couple left. Great beer.
How's it taste?
Tastes exactly like you think it tastes.
Yeah, sweet.
Pretty much very good rip-off of 2 Years Old. That's a great beer.
Well, I got another beer mail this week, purchased beer mail this week, and I'm trying Bad at Paperwork from Evil Megacorp. It is a sticky date Weissenbock, 8.5%. Still has that wheat style phenolics esters with a hint of sticky date pudding. And if you can see the can, it's had a bit of a hard life coming across the no tree, or as the Latins would say, null arbor. Null arbor, no trees. Of course, lands of the Merning people, amongst others. We don't have Caesar this evening. He's off watching the Lions. I'm just not sure why I saw a photo of him taking a whiteboard to the game. That seemed really, really sus.
There's some halftime breakdowns of strategies, maybe.
That's it. We had heaps of listeners reach out to us from our lengthy conversation with Reese from Evil Mega Corporation last week. Very cool concept, really cool bloke. Even better beers. The sound wasn't great, but as you expect with basement quality, that's what you get. A lot of
people.
That's it. Some people have even commented that they haven't heard of EMC before and they're really keen to learn more. So I might do a stats update next week. But that was really good. I could talk to like a lot of our guests. I could just talk to them about beer for dead set days. I just love the passion and the knowledge and everything about it. Yeah, I'm going to try this.
Well, I could talk about anything really because, look, beer is great and it's a big passion of ours. And anyone who runs a brewery, you have to have an insane amount of passion to even contemplate starting a brewery.
Yeah.
But you can always talk to them about anything. Like, they're always good people, interesting. They can talk about anything. So
yeah, we've had some great guests, and
I don't know how we do it. One of my kids was teasing me because they found I did a podcast, so they're going through YouTube, and he was teasing me that one of the videos has 0 views.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There must have been something wrong with that one.
I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't a guest. It was just one of our normal ones. But yeah, he found it quite funny to give me shit about it.
Yep. Oh well, you got to start somewhere.
So
this is his legacy that he's going to be taking on. So.
Yep.
So in beer news, do you want to win a trip to Beervana? They are currently running an all-inclusive competition to find the Australia's biggest beer fan, and you can also nominate people to win. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm told it's one of the best beer festivals around, and I'd love to see it. It's in a stadium, and like on the concourse, they have all the breweries set up around the concourse of the stadium. But it's flights, accommodation, tickets, everything like that. So if you jump onto the Beervana website, you can upload a video and tell them why you're Australia's biggest beer fan, and you could win a trip over there, or you could just nominate lovely, handsome, mustachioed people that you might know and listen and watch every week.
Beer trip.
Yeah. I've already reached out and said, if you want us to come over and do the potty there, we'd be happy to.
Suppose.
Yeah.
Suppose.
If we have to. It's mid-October, I think, when they run that it's operating, but it's one of those ones that I think would be pretty cool to go to. FAF number 5 went on pre-sale Tuesday, and as the message I got a couple of hours ago, it has sold out. And not only has it sold out, we've actually oversupplied, and he's had to dip into his own supply because he wasn't keeping an eye on the orders coming through. So totally gone, and he's done a $5 flat rate shipping in the new 500ml can 4-packs. So they'll be big beers. The $5 flat rate shipping is a huge expense, I'd say, to him.
That's
but for it to all to go in 2 days, and even more so than he'd expected, that's still really cool.
Yeah, I think there's still big interest in what Lockie's doing, and that was on his post about being sold out and not cutting off sales early enough before it cut into his own supply. Someone jokingly mentioned he should have a tank party.
Yeah,
drink beers out of the tank.
Yeah,
that would oversubscribe in about 22 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Range Brewing turned 8 over the weekend and celebrated with a McDonald's-like theme, which was interesting. And they also posted a cryptic message of them collecting keys to a new venue, which is really interesting considering they already have Patio at Paddington, Raised by Range in Camp Hill, as well as the Brew Pub in Newstead. So keen to see what they're doing with that as well.
Gluttons for punishment.
I know. Well, they sold up the Abbotsford one in Melbourne, so maybe they're just really, hammering
spare
around
time now.
Yeah, I don't know. Slightly topping that was Cooper's this week, also ticking over 164 years as a brewing concern. Not bad for a plucky, family-owned indie.
Yeah, that's pretty good effort. I think every beer person in Australia has a soft spot for Cooper's. Quite commonly one of your first kind of nod big boy beers.
Yep.
Who doesn't forget the first time that a person serving them one of the Coopers actually rolled the bottle on the bar for them?
That's it.
And you're like, oh, this person knows.
This person knows, yeah. At the moment, the Australian International Beer Awards presentation dinner is on as we speak. I didn't go down this year, but I did see that Hendo judged a flight wearing a GoPro, which people might be really interested to watch who haven't judged before. So I'm pretty keen to see when they release that video of him going through the whole judging process wearing a GoPro. He'll discuss what he's looking at and how he's scoring and things like that. So that'll be really interesting. So far on the awards, they started 35 minutes late, and they've only done 9 awards as of now. They're at the dinner break at the moment. But some of the winners so far, Best Australian Style Lager was Bogue St. George, which is a cracking beer that we don't see too much in Queensland. What was really funny is one of the gold medals in contention for it was actually Victoria Bitter, which got a big yell from the crowd. So they, got a gold medal. However, it was brewed at Yatala in Queensland. So then the crowd died down a little bit. I thought that was funny.
The beer from down there brewed up here.
That's it. The IPL from Beer Farm got Best International Lager. A New Zealand brewery, Altitude Brewing, got Best Pilsner. King River got a gong. Best Porter or Stout was actually done by Hawkesbury Brewing with their beer called Coastie. Now, Hawkesbury Brewing brew a mountain of stuff. They do all the Little Fat Lambs. They do the Wrexham beer here under license. Lots of stuff without their name on it. And I think it's really cool to actually see one of their beers with their name on it actually win a trophy. So I know they pump out a lot of volume with things not necessarily with their name on it. So I think that's pretty cool. This being best reduced or low alc and best non-alc have been a races so far. They're just coming back from dinner now. But if you jump onto the Melbourne Royal website, you'll get all of the results. 39 trophies tonight. I might, put some thoughts up, or we might talk about it more next week. But it's always interesting to see 2,221 entries from 21 countries, 14 international judges of the 86. So we'll see.
How many entries did you say?
2,221. But it includes cider as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's massive.
It is. It's the biggest one of its kind because it does draft and packaged in the world, and it includes a cider. So I think it's the biggest competition in the world that has draft, packaged, and cider.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
imagine behind the gate on that one and being a steward. Jeez.
Yeah, so I did that last year. I was a steward there last year, and it was 12 panels with a reefer for each panel. But
how many days then?
4 days.
Yeah, I was going to say it must be 4 or 5 days then to get 2,000 entries.
Yeah, so it's 3 days and then trophy day.
Considering we do a day and a half basically in Queensland for 400-ish entries.
Yeah, we had 600, I think, this year. But
600.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Considering, I think our Royal Queensland's the second biggest in Australia now. I actually thought 2,200 entries was not much for the international awards. But I guess everything's pretty tough with freight and everything these years.
Yeah.
Anyway, and Crafty Pint's Pint of Origin continues in Melbourne, 23 venues with tap takeovers, themed events, collaborations, masterclasses, trivia nights, mini bar crawls, music and food tie-ins, and even a fun run. Why not? They've got one place that's got a bottomless beer, bottomless pizza night. So if you love beer, there is something for everyone in Melbourne at the moment, you lucky buggers.
How do they get away with bottomless pizza and beer? I thought that stuff was gone in the 90s.
Yeah, I guess it's I don't know, they responsible service of alcohol, I guess. And you had something on the Pint of Science Festival.
Yeah, I came across this somehow. Sounds pretty cool. So the Pint of Science Festival. So a lot of breweries and pubs are holding science education sessions at around Australia, 15 cities in Australia, Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, a bunch of other smaller ones. So in Brisbane, Brisbane Brewing Co., Sea Legs, The Burrow, and Brewdog Valley are holding sessions in Brisbane. The one in Brisbane that kind of got me interested was Nature Out of Whack, which is on Monday night, but unfortunately I can't make that one. Sydney has a bunch of suburban pubs holding their sessions. And I guess to counteract what you were saying, Melbourne are unlucky buggers in that by the time I'm talking about this, I think there was only 2 sessions that weren't sold out over the 3 days. And given the choice of venues, I'm not surprised about that at all. So Molly Rose, Munich Brewhouse, Stomping Ground, and some other place called Carlton Brewhouse.
Never heard of it.
Nah. So visit the website, pintofscience.com.au for more details and to book into sessions. Sounds pretty cool. Some of them are vaguely beer related, but there's not a direct link between the sessions and beer, but still pretty interesting. Get yourself some education.
Ooh. And your Good Pair Days beer subscription has come to fruition.
Yeah, this one came through. I was came today actually, so I didn't have time to chill it. This pack has been probably the best one so far. I've got a few West Coast IPAs in there, and I think for the first time ever, no hazies.
Wow.
Yeah, none at all. So Wolf the Willows, Jetty Road, and a couple from Seeker as well. So I'm looking forward to trying a few of those. Yeah, it's been kind of an interesting journey with Good Pair Days. They're primarily a wine subscription service, so all the you get points for each monthly box that you buy, and with the wine you can do a review on the wine. You get extra points, and like it's really geared towards wine. Basically, a lot of the rewards purchases are wine coolers and corkscrews and other wine sort of stuff. So it's really been kind of a wine subscription service with a beer subscription service as an afterthought. But yeah, they released a bunch of changes last month with kind of bringing the beer subscription on level with the wine one. So I'm enjoying the subscription so far. It's been pretty good. A lot of
12 pack or
12. Well, it's a 12 pack, but it's you get 6 beers, 6 distinct beers, two of each.
Yeah.
So you get 12 beers. This is the first one I've also noticed that normally you get 4 beers from each brewery.
Yep.
So you get 3 distinct breweries. This one, different brewery for every pair. So 6 different breweries.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it. So I'm getting a lot of southern beers, which I would never get to touch up here. So that's been good.
I used to do quite a few different beer subscriptions, and it was trying beers that you never tried before, and it was sort of like Christmas opening up, saying, "Ooh, what am I going to get this month?" and things like that. So, beer fun.
Yeah, this month they also normally ship you a little booklet with a brewery description and then a blurb on the beer. But this month they've kind of cut that down a little bit, where it's just talking about the beer mainly. And you flip over this little card, and it's got a pairing suggestion for food, and it's got a recipe there and the ingredients and how you cook it to pair it with the beer. So that was pretty interesting. Yeah.
And you've got something from the news desk of Matt Kierkegaard.
Well, first of all, Tui's Old has been reissued into 374 ml cans.
So have you been sleeping? That was like 2 months ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
This article was dated 2 weeks ago.
Ah. Yeah. No.
Sneaky buggers. Anyway, it's the first time in a couple of decades that it's been put in cans. So.
Yeah. It's really nice out of the can too. Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah. And they've done it really nice. They've put like a it's still got like a gold top on it. Zebra craft beer in China just won best wheat beer. There you go. That just come through live.
Jeez. Wow. Go China.
Go China.
I wouldn't have thought of China being first in wheat beers, but
they do.
Happening.
They do amazing stuff there. Yeah. Sorry. So yes, on to the news of Matt Kierkegaard.
Matt Kierkegaard, yeah. So he's written an article on Brews News about the Victorian government committing to spend a part of their $1.6 million Drink Victoria program to the development of a dedicated Victorian craft beer and cider strategy. They didn't say how much of that 1.6 they were spending, but they're going to spend some of it. And the IBA are cheering on the news, which is probably due to them holding a seat on the Drink Victoria board as well.
Yeah.
So another goal kicked for the IBA. I think they're really putting in some great efforts and promoting and getting some rewards for our craft brewing community.
Yeah, it's good. I heard a bit more about that 1.6 million drink, and it started like 5 years ago. So we sort of sounds like we're just tagging on to the back end of it. So I don't know actually how much there is, but like everyone said, it's having a seat at the table. Perhaps just discussing what the IBA's been trying to do for ages with Drinks Victoria and things like that. So good on them. It's a positive step at least.
Yeah, dragging up some memories for us Queenslanders. So the IBA are still working on some of the concepts pushed through with the Queensland craft beer strategy in relation to small breweries. And I've got a list of some of the things that have come out of that craft beer strategy, which was in 2018, I think it was, or 19.
Yeah.
So the artisan producer license, which allows breweries to sell at farmers markets, public events with a permit, and online sales. Reduce regulatory burden, so ability to sell up to 30% of other Queensland craft beer products in their venue. And the expansion of TAFE brewing courses. And is that where the quality lab came from? That came out of the
Brew Lab came out of that.
Yeah.
Now it's not what it was. So there was a dedicated space as part of the Department of Fisheries at we had at Cooper's Plains actually had a really cool lab where we had RO and all the services going. It's moved to Mount Gravatt where they've got a smaller kit now that they've just commissioned, but still all the same content and things like that. So yeah, look, and their first beer they did was a dark lager as well that we might know. So out of there, so yeah, that's part that came out of the craft beer strategy. We sort of haven't heard anything for a while, and I don't think we will. There's a lot of work to be done, I guess.
Let's hope Victoria has some similar success to what Queensland had early on with that craft beer strategy.
Yeah, well, Matt Kierkegaard, he really pushed and came about with that craft beer strategy and really championed it, but it sort of just really sort of fizzled away with successive different governments. I think we need a body to really look into it and push it a bit better.
Yeah, from what I was reading, the IBA is still involved in the Queensland craft beer strategy and trying to push some of the items through with that. So
yeah,
and hope they continue and don't get distracted by Victoria too much.
Yep. Or copy them.
Yeah.
What did you have there? Oh, something about IBA's new brewery members.
Yeah, my kind of last beer news, I was reading up on the Victorian craft beer strategy on the IBA's website, and one of their new brewery members for April caught my eye is Punjabi Brewery, Queensland located but Indian inspired brewery. So they're launching in September. I can't for the life of me find a location or any other kind of details about them. But beer and Indian food is one of nature's most glorious partnerships. Big massive IPA and beef vindaloo, just to absolutely destroy all your taste buds. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for them to launch.
And you don't know where they are? Punjabi brewery?
I could not find anything. No.
Oh well, I'm looking forward to that. And while we just look, what do we have? Best wood barrel aged beer was announced. It was X packaged by Hawker's Brewery. So I haven't tried the X. That's the 10th. Best wood barrel aged. So around the world with Angus.
Around the world with Angus this week lands us comrades in the Russian Federation. This region has been around as Russian-related, named since the 3rd century. So there's a lot of history to condense into 5 minutes. It's the largest country in the world, spanning 11 time zones and sharing its border with 14 neighbors.
Wow.
As the highest country population in Europe and the 9th highest in the world. So going way back. The East Slavs emerged in the 3rd century, which led to the establishment of the Kievan Rus in the 9th century. Kievan Rus disintegrated, which then led to the formation of the Tsardom of Russia. It was proclaimed as a Russian empire in 1721 and ended up becoming the 3rd largest empire in the history of the world. Can you still hear me with the rain in the background?
I can.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So 3rd largest empire in the history of the world. To save you the search that I did, the British Empire was the largest, and the Mongol Empire was the 2nd largest in history. So the Romans don't even crack the top 3. The 1917 Russian Revolution erased the Russian monarchy and established the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic, or SFSR for short. It's a bit of a mouthful, that one. Russia really hit its straps during the Cold War, generally threatening everyone with a few missiles, and they also managed to put the first human-made satellite into space, as well as the first human expedition into space as well. More recently, good old Vladimir Putin has transformed the country, or maybe degraded the country from a democratic system into an authoritarian regime. He's been throwing Russian troops around the place, generally decreasing and then increasing the count of Russian neighbors as kind of suits his whim.
Yeah.
Onto beer. The craft beer scene really seemed to boom in about 2010. A few of the kind of more noteworthy breweries. Jaws Brewery being one of the earliest craft breweries established. Zagvor is known for their Neepers. Self-made brewery known for their creative styles, but the one that really caught my eye, Selden's Brewery, which pioneered the Russian tomato Gose style.
Ooh.
So I'm going to read a breakdown on the tomato Gose style.
Yep.
Tomato Gose is a savory, culinary-inspired sour beer style featuring a traditional tart, salty wheat base infused with tomato puree, spices, and often chili. Emerging as a popular, specifically in Russian and Eastern European craft scenes, it functions as a refreshing, savory experience akin to the liquid pizza or Bloody Mary. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds bloody delicious.
Yeah.
Especially as a hair of the dog after a big night on the beers.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, doesn't it? I'm actually really inspired to try and have a crack at that on my homebrew system. That sounds way too good to not have a go at that.
Yeah.
I did a quick search, and all I could find in Australia was Sailor's Grave, Tomato, and Oyster Gose, which is out of stock. And I think it was actually brewed quite a while ago, so I don't know if that'll make an appearance again.
I think I might have to come over for the brew day for that one. That sounds really interesting, to do a tomato-based Gose and then put a bit of chili in it, or a bit of Tabasco or something like that. And
Tabasco, tomato and Tabasco, best friends.
I'm excited, as Big Kev used to say. Lovely. Oh, well, let's go around. What are we picking? A brewery in 10-ish questions.
10-ish questions.
I don't know. I'm thinking about that Gose too much.
It's throwing you off. Australian brewing. Let's start with the standard question.
Yes, Australian brewery.
Australian brewery. Modern brewery or recently established?
2015, I believe. 2015 it started.
So it's actually 10 years ago. So it's
all
right. Are they known for a particular style or generally just good across the board?
Pretty good across the board. Yeah.
I've got to think of a good. These questions aren't really helping me. That I think of a
3
good question.
3 or 4 with that. Yeah.
It's 3 questions. Which state are they in?
They are in the Queensland.
Queensland, 10 years ago, 2015. Been around for a while. Do they have a well-known brewer or
Oh, well known to us.
well-known to us? What's that? Is that 5 questions?
Yep.
Ew. Jeez, I'm on through these. Are they involved at the beer awards?
You would have seen them a lot.
Seen them a lot. Again, so that doesn't help because there's a bunch of brewers that have turned up every year.
Yeah.
So I got good beers across the board. 10 years old. Are they known for making a particular country's style of beer? Like they're good across the board, but they're known for making a particular country's style.
I wouldn't think so.
Right.
I think every style they've done, they've excelled at.
Yeah. Big on hazies or not so much? Or again, across the board?
They've got a couple of hazies that are really good.
Is that 8 questions, I think?
Yeah, up to 8.
They're based in the Sunshine Coast.
They are.
Yeah. 2015. It's 10 years. Single venue or multiple venues?
A production and venue.
Production and a venue.
Yeah. Two technically venues.
Are they in the same area or are they a decent distance apart, the 2 venues, production and...
Yeah, not too far apart.
No.
You're up to 11.
Yeah, I know I got past 10. I'll have to guess now. I don't think Heads of Noosa have multiple venues. That's one guess, and I don't know if they're 10 years old.
Not Heads of Noosa.
And my other guess was Brouhaha, but their 2 venues are very far apart, so it's not them.
They are.
I'm trying to think of the other brewery in.
One of their locations is part of their name.
Do Yamundi Brewing have 2 venues?
Sorry?
Do Yamundi Brewing have 2 venues? They only got one, don't they?
No. Yamundi are just brewing out of Yamundi.
It's just them.
Actually, Chico's back there now brewing for the Kaminskis who bought Yamundi.
Yeah, cool. This is involved. Beer awards. Having a mental blank. I think I know who it is.
Come on.
I'm having a mental blank on the names as well. The brewer judges and the wife is a steward.
Yep.
God. Moffat.
There's a beach nearby.
Is it Moffat Brewing?
Yeah, Moffat Beach. Yes.
Oh, I can't remember the name. And she's stewarded for like 6 or 7 years.
Oh, Sharon's always around.
Sharon. As soon as you say it, yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies, Sharon. I'm terrible with names. It's me, not you.
No. Yes. Look. What was it? 3 years in a row they won champion beer at the Royal Queensland Beer Awards. They've won, champion IPA with Trilogy, Passenger. Social Jam. Just Really cool. So the Sunshine Coast's most awarded craft brewery, Moffat Beach. Yes, a really
That trilogy
cool
was awesome. That came
trilogy
through
was
my
amazing.
the draft version came through my taps. So I'm like, I was a 50-liter keg as well. I'm just like, woo.
Yeah, Deadbeat Boyfriend. Shadow of the Moon with the eclipse when that came out. That was just sublime. So really cool people, really cool brewery, and yeah, wins awards regularly.
And deservedly so. Like whenever I see any of their beers on the tap list, or if I happen to see them in packaging, I'm always kind of sniffing around to try them because I know I'm going to have a good beer.
Yeah, fantastic. I was 15 with a bit of help.
That was pretty ordinary, to be honest.
So, ending our beer news, onto our sporting news, which we didn't have time last week because we could have spoken to Reese for dead set hours, as we mentioned. So, the FIA Battery Management World Championship heads to Chile, Canada next week after the Miami event. Kimi became the 20th driver to ever win three consecutive GPs, and McLaren and Ferrari picked up some good points. FIA boss Mohammed Ben Salim, he has released only after 4 races this year, with dwindling viewers, cancelled subscriptions, that F1 will return to V8s by 2032. Less electrical interference, more noise, more mechanical speed, still using the sustainable fuel. I would say the fans want this sooner than later. But remember, he was re-elected in December for 4 more years after a technicality meant that no one else was allowed to run. It all sounds a bit dodgy, that does to me.
What?
However,
That's not like F1 at all.
no.
F1's always above board, and
yeah. But I think if we can get back to V8s, the sooner the better. I think they'll be good.
yeah. Look, it's a common theme with F1 drivers and MotoGP. Well, with some drivers and riders anyway, about having less and less electronics.
Yeah.
More about pure driver skill, pure cars, pure
Yeah.
bikes, getting rid of all the electronics and the aero and all the technology. I think we still need all the safety stuff there, but just dialing it back so the driver is an important part of the equation.
I think I saw Mark Marquez high-sided.
Oh yeah, that was a nasty one. Yeah, that was a
But,
nasty one. That one.
but the airbags in the suit, the race suit, as he landed, that technology is just amazing.
Yeah. Didn't save his foot, but saved his neck.
Yeah. Very cool stuff. The 6 again disrupted competition, and consecutive weeks mean my Tigers got flogged again. Yes, we have heaps of players out, but performance has been poor. However, we have signed some key names until 2030 with the coin we saved with Jerome Luai heading to the PNG Chiefs. The Perth Bears have voiced their unhappiness with the NRL not getting the same advantages as the Chiefs, including the early signings and tax-free income. Reese last week also mentioned that he needs a team to follow until the Bears kick off next year. I suggested the Warriors because they're also isolated and underdogs. In fact, the Warriors are closer to us here on the East Coast than the Perth Bears will be. Ivan Cleary has called it quits at the Panthers. He said he won't coach another NRL team, however, would take on a rep role if it came up. Peter Wallace will take the reins for 3 years from 2028. I still wouldn't be surprised if Cleary ends up at PNG with a big fat paycheck, and his son, who's also dating a PNG international sportswoman. So I think that that will be the case. Magic Round is this week with all games at Suncorp, plus the second Women's State of Origin, which we'll be playing as we speak. They've had heat lamps and fans on it all week. However, we've had a heap of rain. And I would say if you're playing Sunday, it is going to be not good, the surface. I know they spend squillions of dollars on the surface and make sure it's good, but 8 games on a soaked surface, I hope there's no injuries because it's not going to be the best surface to play on.
Is that in Brisbane or?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Sydney?
it's all at
In Brisbane.
Suncorp.
Yeah.
With Magic Round, yeah. So 8 games in 4 days, all on the one venue after all this rain we've just had and still are having.
Well, I guess a bonus you have with rugby league is that you don't have the intensity of the scrums that Union has. Like
No?
Union, if there was a Magic Round in Suncorp this weekend, after 2 games, the service would just be destroyed.
Yeah, too much crouching and engaging. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Speaking of rugby, do you have an update of Super Rugby for us?
I only managed to watch the Reds on the Friday night. My weekend was so busy. But yeah, the Reds played the Chiefs on Friday night, and mate, they pushed the Chiefs right up till the 70th minute or so, where the Chiefs ran in a couple of late tries. So they're sitting in 6th at the moment, the Reds, so which is the cutoff for the finals. So hopefully they can sit there. I think they've got a reasonable run into the last few games in the season, so hopefully they can manage to stick around.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
If they on their day the Reds can beat anyone, and if any teams above them they can beat them. It's just because everything's got to work well and click, and everyone's got to be switched on, and that just hasn't been happening. So
yeah, it's got to be it's got to be the whole match too.
Yeah, for the 80 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
110%, 80 minutes.
That's it. 120%. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all of us for this evening. Thank you again to everyone for listening, watching, joining the conversation on facebook.com/group/basement quality banter. Thank you again, Angus, for your around the world. I still love that every week. And we'll catch up. Hopefully we'll have Caesar, unless the Lions are playing again. We'll have Caesar that ring in next week.
Yep. Thanks, Luke.
Alrighty.
Good chat.
Thanks all. Cheers, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Cheers, everyone.
Bye.